Okay, today I wanted to talk to you guys about this controversy about Simone Biles and why she pulled out. I've been reading a lot and watching some videos. She pulled out a few days ago out of the competition because of anxiety. When I found out, I thought she was injured, but later on we find out that anxiety, some sort of uneasiness about her last performance on the floor, I think, that caused her to be very anxious about continuing and being good on the team. She said that she's very anxious, and her teammates, coaches, and the psychologists and psychiatrists all agreed that she should do the right thing for herself and pull out, because obviously she doesn't want to expose herself to injury and she didn't want to bring the team down. So all those are acceptable, and I understand all that. That's one school of thought, which I've been reading a lot about. And then the other is when people are talking about you being at that top level athlete. You being a top level athlete, your job is to perform under any circumstances, obviously unless there's major injuries that you can't do anything about, which is understandable. But so two schools of thoughts, and explaining the other school of thought, which is, hey, when you give a ball to Michael Jordan, Phil Jackson is saying, you're it. This is our last position. You got to take that shot. What would Michael Jordan do? I'm anxious. I can't do this. I'm going to quit. No. He's the leader. He's the one who can do it, who can take the team. There is no anxiety at that point. You have to have dealt with all of that by the time you get there. This is what you have worked your entire life to do. Mentally, you have to be tough, and physically, you have to be tough. So another example would be Michael Phelps. He had issues with his goggles, and he said the last 50 feet or meter, he couldn't see anything. Water was gushing in, and he just relied on his memory and his training. He didn't quit. He didn't say, anxiety kicked in, I couldn't swim, I couldn't see anything, I quit. No, he finished it. That's what champions do. They go through everything, and they mentally prepare themselves for all these conditions. Another example, Carrie Strug, 1996 Olympics. She had her first jump. She hurt her ankle. The second jump was even better. She didn't quit after the jump, which hurt her ankle. She did not quit. She went back because she had to do that jump. She had to perform so the team can win a gold medal, and that's exactly what she did. And she broke her ankle or severely injured it, and she was carried with a cast on onto the podium to get the gold medal. So that's what champions are made of. They don't quit. They finish. And you're picked for a reason. So this is what you were trained for your entire life, and you have done it till now. Why quit now? So this is what people are asking. Why quit now? Why quit on your teammates and your country because of anxiety? You have to deal with it, and you have to push through. That's the difference between you and the rest of the people that are not there. They're not on top of their game, and they're not the captain of the team. Another good example that I heard was, if you are one of 5 Navy SEALs that are jumping off of a chopper into the battle zone, and you're the team leader, and when things get intense, are you the one who's going to get out of there and leave your comrades to bleed to death? Or are you going to stay there and fight next to them, regardless of how much anxiety you have, how much pain you have? And we've all seen it. Maybe you've even been shot. Maybe you're injured. But they stay there and they do it together. That's what this is all about. So this is two schools of thoughts. What do I think? I think Simone Biles made a decision based on what she thought it was the best decision for herself. And she has to live with that decision for the rest of her life. You and I will forget this in about a year or 2 or 3. But she's the one who's going to have this story in her head for the rest of her life. So hopefully she can come to a conclusion and make peace with it, because that's ultimately what's going to be important for her. She made that decision and she has to come in terms with it. So she has to let us know if she made the right decision or not. And she has to be honest with herself, deep down honest, to say, I did the right decision or not. It's really not for us to decide. We all have our own biased opinion and feelings. So tell me what you think. I want to know what you guys think about this thing. What would you do? What would you do if you were in her position? So drop me a comment. Let's have a conversation about this. I think this is very interesting.